Welcome to ForexTV.com. Today's Friday, March 13th. I'm Tim Kelly with your New York Forex Market Buzz. Dollar is marginally stronger against the euro, yen, the pound, and the Swiss franc, and off against the Canadian and Australian dollars. Gold is up $6 an ounce, and oil is unchanged, while U.S. equity markets are mixed, with the Dow turning positive at mid-session. And now we'll look at the latest headlines from the CEP news desk. The U.S. trade deficit, smallest in 7 years. U.S. consumer sentiment rises. Canadian unemployment rate soars to a 5-year high. The U.S. monthly trade balance shrunk more than expected in January, narrowing to a negative $36 billion compared to the prior month's $39.9 billion level. This is the smallest deficit since October of 2002 and comes against expectations for a $38 billion deficit. Most trade components took a hit in the month, the U.S. Census Bureau reported. Today, total January exports were $124.9 billion, a 5.7% pullback from the prior month's $132.5 billion level. U.S. consumer sentiment unexpectedly climbs. U.S. consumer sentiment moved higher than expected in March, despite expectations it would hit a new record low. According to a preliminary report from Reuters and the University of Michigan on Friday, the headline Consumer Sentiment Index grew to 56.6 from a final reading of 56.3 in February, despite expectations by a survey of economists for a decline to a record low 55. U.S. import prices fell less than expected. U.S. import prices remained in contraction in February, but fell off a smaller than expected 0.2% month over month, that according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Economists had expected a 0.7% decline. Prices fell 1.2% in January, a revision from the 1.1% decline first reported. On an annual basis, import prices fell 12.8% against expectations for a 13.5% drop, and follows January's unrevised 12.5% decline. The decrease in import prices was led by a 3.2% drop in foods and beverages and a 0.4% drop in capital goods. Canadian job losses mount. Unemployment rate soars to a 5-year high. The Canadian economy continued to shed jobs at a fast pace in February, while the unemployment rate rose to its highest rate since mid-2003, that according to Statistics Canada. The economy shed 82,600 jobs and saw its unemployment rate climb 0.5 percentage points to 7.7, its highest rate in more than 5 years. Economists had expected a loss of 55,000 jobs and a rise in unemployment rate to 7.4% from the 7.2% in January. January's decline of 129,000 jobs was unrevised. Since October, Canada has lost 295,000 jobs, or 1.7% of the workforce, that according to Stats Canada. The ECB's Bonello says alternative monetary policies may not be needed. While European central bankers are examining alternative monetary policies, they may not be needed, according to Governing Council member Michael Bonello. In an interview with Reuters, the central banker said that in principle, alternative policies would not be necessary if the price stability objective can be achieved through traditional means. He also said that evidence suggests that the previous rate cuts are having an impact on the real economy. Now for a check of the Market Vision data center at how currencies are finishing the week. At the Market Vision data center, looking at euro dollar on a daily basis, let's see, we're coming off this 3 days of euro gains. Off today, but just approaching the Ichimoku cloud on a daily basis, and looking to penetrate that cloud. You see the moving average, the MACD, is indicating some momentum in the upside in euro. Will be interesting to see in the next week how euro reacts to approaching Kuomo resistance here, or Ichimoku cloud resistance. Looking at euro on a hourly basis for today's activity, you see mostly sideways trade right now. Euro trading 128.90. That had traded at a low of 128.60, a high of 129.57 on the session. Okay, looking at yen right now, Yen is trading at 98.02. Had traded as low as 98.11 in today's session, as high as 98.66. Looking at the Pro Sticks with the Ichimoku here, we see that yesterday's close had upper and lower extreme tails. That is where about 15% of trading activity occurred, so pushing the pair back towards the middle of the range. Yesterday, after 2 days of losses yesterday, we saw that increase in yen. Today we're in dollar against yen, and today seeing some increases, suggesting right now this extreme tail suggests that the volatility at that level suggests as traders did not like the price up there and pushed it down rather precipitously yesterday's session. You see we're right around the modal point here for the day in dollar yen, and that modal point is at 98. So trading right around its modal point right now, and looking to next week to see some more indications of direction there, but for now well above the Kumo, and the trend is up. Okay, taking a look at sterling right now. Sterling is trading 139.75. That traded as low as 138.60, as high as 140.69. So in about the middle of the range right now. See that we've had 3 days of sterling strength against the dollar here, moving up to that Ichimoku cloud, but well below its weekly highs. See, yesterday we had this extreme tail. We got pushed down right below that extreme tail, but today we're right at the extreme tail, the upper extreme tail. You see, I'll draw the crosshairs. We are right on the top of that tail. It would appear that traders, based on yesterday's extreme tail, where again 15% of the trading actually happened in this range, would be pushing that level. We're right at that level right now, 139.67. So that's showing upper extreme tail from yesterday, showing to be a resistance point that's right at the Ichimoku fast line as well. We're just below it at this point, so that providing some significant resistance. Okay, looking at dollar Canada right now at 127.38, down for the week. Actually, just off the lows for the week, but right now trading in a range today of 126.23 to 128.42, so at the lower end of the range. You see that we've come off considerably from that high, that psychological high we made of 130.65. A lot of traders thinking that we would go past that. Some mixed news out of Canada. Obviously today's employment report not very strong, but Canada having a strong showing against the U.S. dollar today. And looking at momentum kind of coming off a bit of the dollar strength against Canada. We'll look to next week to see those levels. Right now you can see that we're, if you go back to last week, you see that at the end of last week we had this upper extreme tail. We're trading right at that range right now, so that seems to be providing some downward pressure on U.S. dollar against Canada. Okay, taking a look at dollar Swiss here. Dollar Swiss trading right now 118.75, had a low of 118.33, a high of 119.33, exactly 100 basis point range there. Rather relatively small considering the moves that we've had yesterday and in previous sessions. But also, as with other pairs, very volatile week, obviously. You see this upper extreme tail on yesterday's action, pushing the price down somewhat, and right now trading right at the modal point, 118.77, and it looks like this upper extreme tail here from yesterday is a significant resistance point after a very large move upward in Swiss. We'll look with the trend is dollar strength here, dollar bullish, trading above the Kumo here, the Ichimoku cloud. And right now we'll wait to see next week's action to get some more direction on dollar Swiss. We'll also have a report out this evening on our weekly recap. I'm going to finish up with Aussie dollar here. Right now, Aussie trading 65.71. That traded in a range of 65.09 to 66.03, and that is the first time in a while we've had less than a 100 basis point range. Also seeing, just come back here, that we had an upper extreme tail yesterday. We've had 4 days of Aussie gains against the U.S. dollar, moving up into the Ichimoku cloud, but couldn't quite hold its highs of the day of 66.06, and actually the high there was 66.03, excuse me, and we've pulled back right to the modal point right now, which is 65.70, where we're trading right now, and that once again coincides with yesterday's extreme tail on the ProStix chart, that providing some basis for the range that we're trading in right now. That does it for the week, but stay tuned for PM Exchange right here on ForexTV.com.